Big John here with the Springfield Armory XDS-9, and just wanted to give you some of my own thoughts on it. This is a gun that I've had for about a year, something like that. As I mentioned in the Glock 19 video, if you guys have seen that, that was the first gun that I started out carrying when I got my concealed carry permit about 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. And people had been telling me when I first started carrying, Dad especially, that now you think you're going to carry that gun for a long time, but you watch, you're going to want something smaller. And that is what happened. Eventually I ended up switching to a 380 pocket gun just because it was so convenient just to throw it in my pocket. Well, recently, about a year or so ago, I started thinking more along the lines of a single stack 9mm, because there was a lot of them coming out, the Shield, you know, and the LC9 and SIG. The SIG has one, I can't remember exactly what it's called now, the 938, something like that. So I was really interested in those guns, and I ended up with, well, first I ended up with the 45 actually, and I liked it. It's a lot of power and a really small package, but you know, I'm not a recoil sensitive kind of guy, but I do have to say the 45, it's the recoil is considerable on that compared to this. After I shot this, I realized how much better I could get shots down range, or could reacquire my sights a lot faster, and I just prefer that. And also, you know, I have the school of thought that capacity, there's a formula for that, capacity versus power, you know, and you kind of have to figure out where you fall in line in that way of thinking. But I do favor capacity. I think capacity is important to an extent, and I like having more than the 5+1 that you get with the 45 XD. And with this, you have 7+1, which, when you're talking about a gun that has that little capacity already, that makes a big difference, I think. So, long story short, I had the 45 first. I liked it, but I like this better. So let me shoot it first, and then maybe I'll think of some more things to tell you about it. Alright, got the little flush mag in there. Let me shoot one more, shoot this big one. Another cool thing about this gun is that you notice this is a 9-round magazine. So this is what you could carry in your pocket for your backup magazine. But if you have to go to a backup magazine, you're in trouble. Yeah, I just really find that I can shoot this a lot better than the 45, even though it's, you know, it is nice to have that big bullet. I like the 9. I think it's a very capable cartridge. So let me bring it up here. I'll show you some of the characteristics of this thing. As you can see, you have a fiber-optic front sight, which is cool. I like that. Really quick to pick up, especially on a gun this size. I think they're great. Now, if it was a target gun, I don't think I would really want one of those. You got the ambi mag release, which if you're left-handed, that can be handy. These things are really easy to break down. You just lock the slide back, put this up, you know, the slide comes down, and just like a Glock after that, you pull the spring, the barrel out, all that. So that's nice. I find that if I have a gun that's hard to break down, I'm not as likely to clean it, you know, as much as I should. So that's kind of nice. It has really good aggressive plastic here on the grip, which I like. I like having that. I like the Talon grips, okay, but I tend to not use them because I like to not have something that can come off of the gun. I like the Talon grips. They feel great when I'm holding it and shooting it, but for something that I'm carrying, I don't know, I like to keep it stock. I don't like to have anything that could be, you know, ripped off or caught or anything like that, even though I do like those. So I just keep it how it is, and it's a great feeling grip to me. Some of you may remember that there was a recall on these, and they had to do some things with the trigger. So the trigger actually was better on this gun before I got it back. So it's not quite as good as it used to be, but it's still a pretty good trigger. I mean, it's just your standard, you know, striker fired, you know, trigger, you know, like the Glocks a lot. So So I just really like this gun. I would consider this gun to be a belt gun. You know, it just depends, I guess, on what kind of pants you're wearing, but I don't have a very easy time carrying this in my pocket, even with the 380. Sometimes, occasionally, I feel like I print a little bit with that. So this, I would definitely consider this a jacket pocket gun or a belt gun for sure. But I love these single stack 9s. It's just great. I wish Glock would come out with one, but this is a good one until Glock comes out with one, of course. Let's shoot this other mag. I'm gonna go down here actually and do my experiment again, like you may have seen in the Glock 19 video. As I explained in that video, I consider this a realistic self-defense scenario. This is a good test for any gun that you're planning on carrying. It's, you know, you've got 2 targets. It's a good distance. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how many yards this would be. Maybe 10, something like that. And again, just like last time, there's gonna be misses, you know, if you're trying to just throw the rounds out there and get hits as fast as you can. But I think that's a realistic situation. I think, as I mentioned in the Glock 19 video, your goal is to stop the attack, and that's another reason why I think that capacity is important. If I had the 45 in this, so, well, especially with this magazine, but if I have 7+1, I mean, that makes a difference. Even though it's just 2 rounds, 5+1 versus 7+1, that I think that could actually make a difference, more difference than the effectiveness of 45 versus 9mm. So I'm pretty confident that this is the better choice for me, at least personally, over the 45. But anyways, I thought I would give you just a little bit of info on this thing, and just tell you how much I like it mainly. But anyways, appreciate you guys for watching.